Hey, what's up, TruExperience Nation? Hey, if you're new around here, brand spanking new, never seen me before, welcome. You are much appreciated. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Richard McCaney. I'm the man with a mission. My wife is Amanda. And guys, our mission is to help you learn how to experience your best life as we, as a couple, are learning to experience ours. We're about wealth, health, and experiences. And one of the ways that I've decided to do that is I read every single day. And right now I'm currently reading the books Atomic Habits. I've applied a lot of these things in my life, especially today's lesson. And it is a banging, awesome routine, like hack or whatever you want to call it, on setting up and building new habits. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay? Building and starting brand new habits. Because yeah, I got to ask, man, what's up, Mash? What's up, girl? How you doing? Hey, I gotta ask you, let me know. Are there habits you've wanted to start in the past and they never stuck? They never stuck. That's what I was trying to say. They never got off the ground. Like you knew there were things you wanted to do, you needed to do, but they never got any traction. Whether your life is so chaotic, it's so busy, they just never got plugged in. Dude, we're gonna talk about exactly how to cut that noise out and how to start a new habit. I'm telling you 100%, I use this method and it is a game changer for me. And it also gives you one little trick that I struggled with that I'm gonna get into in just a second. So I wanna know, what specifically is a habit you either have wanted to implement in the past or you would like to currently implement right now and you've just never quite found the time, like you could never get it to take off? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to address them and talk about them. I might even have some ways to tweak some things to get it going. But look, there was a test group that was done of about 248 people. And then what they were trying to track was exercise. They were trying to promote the habit of working out and being healthy, right? Fits perfect with this page, what we talk about. So the first test group was a control group, and it was quite simple. They wanted them to track their workout progress for over the coming week. Next week, track how much you exercise. The second test group, they told the same thing, but they added a little layer of motivation. Wanted to pump them up, gave them some little pamphlets, showed them a video, and they also told them the benefits of exercise. Hey, do you know regular exercise helps to reduce the risk of heart disease or whatever? It gives you a healthy heart. All right, that should be motivating. That should pump people up, right? The third group, not only did they want them to have the exact same level of motivation as the second group, so they sent the exact same pamphlet, exact same spiel, exact same video, except this time they said they wanted them to write down one specific thing, and that was, I will do 20 minutes of vigorous exercise on this day, had them plug in a date, at this location, had them plug in a place they were to do the exercise. This is amazing, guys. Listen to this. The first two groups, 35 to 38% of the people in those two groups actually worked out at least once a week, one day of the week, the following week. 35 to 38%. Now, there's two things we can gather from this. First of all, the motivated group didn't play a factor. It didn't play a factor at all. It might have made them feel better, might have feel a little bit more motivated, but ultimately the results were the same. There was almost no difference. However, in the third group, participation went up by 91%. 91% of the people in the third group worked out at least one day the following week. That's a big deal. Like those kind of numbers make you take note and say, what happened? The process is called implementation intention. Okay? And it is simple. There's two main factors that go into Q. All right, then remember we've talked about Q, cravings, response, reward. If you need to know more information about the basics of habits, I suggest you go to my playlist, Atomic Habits, and look at all the videos. We're crushing it right now. But the two common factors for Qs is time and location. Implementation intentions allows you to tap into both of those. Too many people are trying to change habits without the basic information that they need. When? And I'm going to give you a prime example. I'm going to work out on Monday. When on Monday? That's too vague. Too many people are saying, I'm going to start on Monday, man. Monday, I'm for sure, bro. I'm going to work out. I'm going to hit the gym. I'm going to do some push-ups. I'm working out on Monday. I'm committed. I'm pumped. I know I need to do it. It's a benefit for me. I'm going to make it happen. Here's another thing, another way that you can implement this. Okay, here's what it is. It is, I will behavior at certain time in certain location. Okay, so many people, man, they're not clear, man. They think they lack motivation. What they really lack is clarity. Motherfucker, you ain't got no plan. It ain't your motivation. You don't know what you're doing, so you're not doing anything. Here it is. What sounds better? I'm going to work out on Monday, or on Monday at 7 p.m., I'm going to go to Planet Fitness. I'm going to work out for 1 hour at 7 p.m. at Planet Fitness. That's a lot more detailed. Here is one super huge benefit you get from doing this method. And I've used it. It feels great. It feels empowering. And this is a problem for a lot of people. I know it is. And it's this. It allows you to say no to certain things that will derail your progress. Let me say that again. It will allow you to say no to things that will derail your progress. Guys, when your dreams are vague, it makes it a lot easier for you to make tiny little exceptions all day long, and you never get around to doing that specific action that's going to move you towards progress, that's going to move the needle forward. Let's go back to our previous example. I'm going to work out on Monday. That's great. That's wonderful. I'm glad you're committed. I'm glad you're pumped up for it, but you don't have a time. You don't have a place. You don't have anything. It's going to be Monday. Monday's a long day, man. Got a lot of space in there. This is what plagued me. This is why I procrastinated all the time. I didn't go in with a clear plan. So now somebody comes up to you, it's Monday, and say, hey man, you know it's Labor Day, man, your car looking dirty, man, we gotta get the car cleaned up. I just got back from camping. I gotta air out my gear, I gotta vacuum out the car, we got something coming up later on today. Labor Day, got a little cookout to go to. What happens is people will make little exceptions. Well, this is important, I need to go and do this. Let me air out my gear real quick. Well, let me do this. It's lunchtime, I need to spend time with the family, let me go and have lunch. Oh man, it's getting about time to go. Let's watch a little bit of TV real quick, and then I got to get dressed. Then we're going to go to the party. I'll work out afterwards. Do you see? We go to the cookout, and what happens at the cookout? It leads on to something else. You don't have a time or place. You keep pushing off that activity you were committed to doing because you didn't set any clear plan for it. Now, what about the person who says, I'm going to the gym on Monday at 7 p.m. Planet Fitness? Now what happens when they get asked to do something? Yo, man, we just had this barbecue, bro. You trying to come on through? When's the barbecue? See, me showing up is conditioned on what time it is because I already have plans. Because I committed to myself, I was going to do this activity on this time. That's a big deal. And it makes you do it without feeling like a jerk. See, if you go up to somebody and say, yo, man, I'm going to work out on Monday. Well, shoot, come on over to the barbecue, man. Work out afterwards. It's easy to make that exception as opposed to, hey man, I'd love to come out, but depending on what time it is because I'm showing up at the gym at 7. I got an appointment. I've already predetermined that this is important to me, so I need to follow through. It's a higher priority than going to the cookout. So when is it? Oh, I can show up afterwards? Bet that. Let me do that. That's the important. That's why people's habits never stick. They don't got a clear enough plan. And being able to say no, I love that. Here's a way to implement this. Here's another way to make this happen that makes implementation intentions work. And that is called habit stacking. Okay, what I found out is kind of funny is that what you do next is a lot of times determined by what you just finished doing. Hear me out. How can the urge to go pee-pee remind you need to buy laundry detergent or do the laundry? Like, how are those connected? At glance, you're like, yo, I got to pee, man. Ooh, I need to do the laundry. They don't seem connected, but hear me out. You get the urge to pee, you go to the bathroom. Well, what do you do after you do the bathroom? Hopefully you wash your dirty little hands. Well, when you wash your hands, you dry them off on the towel. You take the towel, you throw it in the laundry hamper, and you remember, I got to do the laundry. I haven't done the laundry because I need to buy laundry detergent. But do you see your action to put on the list laundry detergent or to do the laundry come from you washing your hands? You see how that backtracks? So again, the next action to take is often determined by what you just previously did, okay? And so what does that mean? How does this work? You use a current habit, okay? Stack on a habit. So like you're already doing stuff every single day. Plug in a new habit on top of a current habit, okay? Because your current habit probably already takes place at a certain time, on a certain day, at a certain location. And so that, finishing that act acts as a cue for your next behavior. Oh, what this looks like. When I finish current habit, I will then do new habit. You see how those plug right in? This is awesome. I use both of them. I use time and place and I use habit stack. I combine the two. This is where I failed before. You know the best way to start is take your habit scorecard that we did in one of the later videos, which tracks down everything you got that happens to you every single day, and plug in something that you want. One thing to take notice that you got to be careful of, actually there's three. One of them is the new habit, the current habit needs to happen at the same frequency that you want your new habit to take place. If you want to read a book every day, and you're like, yo, I love Game of Thrones. I always watch Game of Thrones. I'm going to read a book after Game of Thrones. Well, if you want to read it daily, but you're only watching Game of Thrones on Sunday, that doesn't make sense. Y'all feel me? You know what I'm like? Duh. If you want a new habit to take hold and you want it to be done daily, it needs to be stacked on a habit that's done daily. If you want something done once a week, stack it on a habit that's done once a week. For instance, my daughter goes to gymnastics 3 times a week. So I might say, hey, you know what? I want to clean my car out. Well, instead of me just saying I want to vacuum my car, it's like when I drop my daughter off at gymnastics, I will clean my car out. So now that action of taking my daughter to gym prompts me to go vacuum my car. Like you see, like that's more detailed. That's implementation intention. I'm more likely to get it done because I already have it a plan for it on the back end of something that already is going to happen. The second thing you need to be careful for is where to plug that in your day. So, I don't know, let's say you want to work out or you want to meditate or something. And the morning is super chaotic. You're getting things ready, the kids ready. And it's just, you're going to have a lot of distractions. It probably wouldn't be the best time to try to put a new habit until you get that situation figured out. So put it somewhere where you're going to be most successful. I don't plan things a lot that has to do with business later on in the afternoon when my kids are home and I want to spend time with them. It's going to come at night, 8:30, 9 o'clock, or after when the kids are on their way to bed. I can fit things in. But man, like that's 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I already know there's going to be other things I'm going to want to do. And so I'm really careful about plugging things in at those time slots because I'll forget. It happens early, it happens late for me. And so be self-aware, understand that, know how that works. Here's a prime example, real life situation. I've been doing push-ups every single day without fail, haven't missed once since August 1st. I used to struggle with implementing habits. I plugged that. I was like, I need to work on my chest. I need to do push-ups and sit-ups every day. Haven't missed a day. Haven't even thought about missing a day. You know why? Because I stacked a new habit on a habit I was already doing. I already have a morning routine. I already walk every single day. And so in my affirmations, I put, I will do 20 push-ups, 30 sit-ups every day right after my morning walk. I come in the door, I get done with my walk, I go straight over there, I bang out some push-ups. I've traveled. I've been in hotels. I've been thrown off kilter with rearranging of certain things. I just went camping. Guess what? Rolled over in the tent, banged out some push-ups. After I did my morning routine because it was already plugged in. Here's the funny thing. When I first added that habit in, a few days I came straight in from walking and sat down at my desk and started reading, because I was already conditioned to do that. It took me a second to, I got to be in the middle of reading. I'm like, oh, I got to stop. I hadn't done my push-ups. I'd go over there and do what I have to do and come back. And so there was a little trick that we'll talk about in probably tomorrow's lesson that helps you break that. But basically, I entered in a different cue that would prompt me, so I'd condition myself. Haven't missed a day. Wasn't even a problem. It's not. I didn't even think about missing. I knew exactly when I was going to do it. There was no procrastination. That's the power of this, guys. It's awesome. And the last thing I got down here is be specific. And so the author of the book, he said he wanted to do push-ups at lunchtime. He says, I will do push-ups when I break for lunch. It was too vague. It wasn't detailed enough. Does that mean before lunch he's going to do it? Is it going to be after lunch he's going to do it? What location is this going to take place? And so he said, after a few days of inconsistency, he said, I changed it. I said, after I shut my laptop when I go to lunch, I will immediately get down in my office and do X number of push-ups. And then he went and had lunch. And as soon as he made that flip, no issues. Y'all see? This stuff is, I love this. Like when it comes to cues, when it comes to starting a habit, building a habit, couple things, you gotta have clarity. It doesn't mean motivation. You gotta have clarity on the things you're wanting to do, time, location, implementation, intentions. I intend to do this activity at a time and location. You can habit stack that to put it on something you're already doing. It's really easy to plug in. I failed at this, guys. I have failed at this probably 3 really good tries. I've dug in deep a couple times and I failed a couple times to do certain things. And I've learned from that. I've made some tweaks on what best fits me. Full confidence in the world. Like when I say I'm jumping in, I'm going to start something, I don't start it unless I know I've got a plan ready to knock it out. And so I can now travel and go camping. I still do everything that needs to be done. I can go to hotels. I can go on vacations. I've been to Costa Rica for 10 days. I was in St. Louis at a business conference with my family in a tiny little hotel room. Guess what? I did the things I've been conditioned to do every single day. I didn't miss it. The family knows, my wife knows, my kids know. I'm in the hostel meditating, doing push-ups. I hear them. I hear the kids coming. My daughter's telling her friend, we got to go in and be quiet. My daddy's in there meditating. The other son's arguing, no, he's in there working out or whatever. They know I'm doing something. They knew no matter what the situation is, it's going to get done. And so if it is a priority, you got to have clarity. You got to know the actions, and you have to have a time and place to lock it in. Guys, I hope y'all got benefit out of this. Please let me. Oh, you want that? You want one of these? I'll get you one, TJ. Ain't nothing but a word, bro. You ain't said nothing but a word. I'll hook you up. I'll send you one. I'll send you one. When I say I'll send you one, I have a wife. So when I say stuff like that, it means I'll have my wife send you one. I have it. I'll shoot it over. No problem. It'll be a little bit different, but it'll still be Living the True Life logo. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this. Let me know, man, if y'all got some value. I'm passionate about this right here, bro. I know because it works. I'd love to know in the comments, what is a habit you would like to stick that you've tried doing before but not off the ground? Let me know. Let's try to help y'all out. If you enjoy learning how to experience your best life as I am learning to experience mine, y'all know the business, man. Like the page. Subscribe on YouTube if that's where you're watching this at. And let's grow together. All right, let's make this happen. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And guys, until tomorrow, I'm out.